decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, you can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is inside of me. Yeah. Sexy chocolate.
Welcome to AFC East Shakedown. I'm your host, Tommy. Next to me is Mr. Juan, the OG. He's back. He's back to being normal Juan. Below me is Curtis.
Look at him, man. Yeah. Look at him styling. I got me at the bottom. Why am I at the bottom, man?
The bottom. It sucks to be at the bottom. I get it, Curtis. And Curtis, representing the Miami Dolphins from Ace per head. What up, fellas, man? What a weekend of football. We got a lot to dive into. So let's dive into first Curtis. Curtis, come on, man. What in the hell happened to your Dolphins against those Steelers?
Well, we're practicing 1 billion D chess, and what I thought it was a Super Bowl run, but we're postponing that Super Bowl run to the future because we got rid of two. We got Ewers, who is Purdy 2.0, and so next year we're going to enter the 1 billion D chess. We'll be at the top of the division and win multiple Super Bowls. So that's where we're at. Dude, what a crazy week. The Dolphins, right? Lose to the Steelers, don't run the football. Tua is out now. He's done. He ain't coming back. McDaniel, maybe he's coming back. We're going to see Ewers against that vaunted Bengals defense, and that's where it's crazy, man. I don't know what to make of it. We're going to have $100 million in dead cap over 2 years. That's not good, Tommy, is it? Jump change to you. I know 100 mil is like nothing to you. So
yeah, nothing. Well, we're tied up in the cap too, but we're a winning team, so that's okay. If you're winning and tied up in the cap, it's okay. But man, Curtis, man, there has to be more than that you have to give us, man, because watching that game on Monday night, I was so disappointed in your team. Because look, you're on the line. Your season's on the line there, right? And you're hold back. And your coach, your pathetic coach, waves a white flag way early in that game. Goes conservative. Goes. No hurry. There's no rush. No urgency from him. And my thing is this: look, if he really feels like Ewers gives he gives us the best opportunity, why didn't you pull Tua then in that game? An important game. Why didn't you go Ewers if you really felt that? So there's a lot to take from that comment, and I don't believe it at all.
Well, the Dolphins, they're talking. You don't believe what they say.
No, it's such crap. It's such a lie. Yeah, and look, Tua wasn't playing good all season. I get it. And I'm with it, but if you truly believe that, the change would have been made weeks ago. And if you didn't, the change would have been made in that game while the game was still close, because I felt like your defense, for the most part, for most of that game, was playing as good as they can. They were making hits. They were doing a pretty good job until they couldn't. Until the offense just could not do enough. Defense was out there too long, and that was it. They eventually cracked. So just really highly disappointed in your coach. And to be honest with you, that right there, he should have been fired right after that game.
That's not how we do it here.
Yeah, it's disappointing. So what's your thoughts?
Stephen Ross is like a kid with a blankie. He always has to tear the thing down and keep one little blankie to hold on to. I think McDaniel is that blankie. He's gotten rid of Greer. He's gotten rid of some guys at the top. He's got rid of Tua, but I think he's afraid to get rid of the blankie of McDaniel. So it doesn't make any sense. We could have won that game. How do you get the ball first?
Absolutely.
And you open up with throwing the football. You run the ball. I think we ran the ball like 8 times in the first half.
Right. Your best option is the run. That's what's been winning you games.
I don't think
that's not Tua. It's McDaniel.
I think it's the plan. I think
it
they
could
wanted
be,
to have a
but
crash and burn. No, we got to get rid of Tua now. And McDaniel's been saddled with Tua. He's a genius. Look what he's going to do.
I don't buy that because if you would have done that, you would have done that weeks ago. You would have got a better draft pick if that was the case.
I think I think they're shooting for. My personal belief is that 2019 we had Fitz and Flores, and we thought we could go like 1-15, but they screwed that up. So they're going to replay it back again with maybe Ewers and somebody else and McDaniel, and then shoot for the quarter because that's Ross's dream. He's always wanted like the high flying coach, but then after that, he wants the quarterback. He wants to relive Marino. He tried to turn Tannehill into Marino, tried to turn Tua into Marino. He wants that quarterback. He tried to tank. He tried to get Brady. So I think this is like a soft gel tanking for 26 because the cap is going to be wrecked. Okay. And so that's what I think.
It makes sense.
And no sane person is going to be doing what we do. It doesn't make any sense.
So I talked to Captain D a little bit about yesterday, and he brought up the Tua after the game, kicking it, with Ramsey and mucking it up. And at first I thought, I said, I don't see the problem, but I get it now because the way he explained it, I totally get it, was game, your season's on the line pretty much there, right? It's a do or die game. You need that win. You could be mucking it up anytime during the season, week 3, 4, 5, 6. I get that. Players talk after, it's a human thing, but in an important game like that and you play terrible, your season's done and you're mucking it up after the game, I get why Captain D and some Dolphin fans are upset. What's your thoughts on that whole Tua thing?
If you go watch Kurt Warner breaks down Mike McDaniel's pass routes, pass concepts, we've got 5 OCs on the team, including McDaniel. 4 other guys that were OCs. And when you watch Kurt Warner break it down, it's irrefutable. Even if you said, okay, well, 20% is not right. You could see depth, protection concepts, route combinations. He can't break the zone because Warner was like, why are you doing this? You're bringing all the leverage of all. There was one play, it was a deep play, and both receivers running deep post, like literally running at each other. He's not a capable pass coordinator. And so when you watch Warner, it just really says there's something very, very bad going on here. There's a lot of issues. I don't think if you look, Tua threw that stupid pick. He was on the pressure. He probably couldn't see he was too short. That was an ugly play, but didn't go anywhere. But when it opened up in the second half, they moved from zone to a lot of man. The passing concepts changed. So it really just goes back to they weren't playing to win. I don't think Tua understood that with how bad the offensive line is, how much pressure he's under, how quick he has to throw the football. He's got his own issues. I think he realized his writing was on the wall. I think he knew he was done. And so at the end of it, it was just kind of like, you know when your time's over. And I think he realized that. I think by the end of it,
he just doesn't care.
Screw it. And
him mucking it up after the game, did that bother you? Is what I'm saying? Like, it bothered Captain D.
No, what bothered me is I got a stupid idiot head coach who doesn't know how to run a football. What am I more concerned with? Some guy yucking it up at the end, and he really didn't play that bad except for one pick. He didn't pick up the first on the run. It was one misplay. Second half, he had some good plays. But McDaniel is a total jackass. He's the guy who flew in here and said, Tua's Jesus, and I'm going to turn him into it. I'm a genius. Look what I did with them. And he told us for all those years he was awesome. So I didn't really care. Didn't care.
What's this do for Tua as far as next season? What do you think the Dolphins wind up doing? Cutting bait, looking for a trade partner, eating the $99 million.
It's worse financially for the trade. No one's going to trade for him.
Well, you could eat some of the contract, though.
They were going over the numbers. It's like $44 million plus whatever else you have to carry in a trade. It actually works out. I don't know, but Pellisario was saying it's actually worse than the post.
Oh, really?
Cut. Yeah, so we'll be like 67 next year, dead 31-4 the year after that. He's going to get cut post June 1st.
I saw a former Dolphin, I forget his name, maybe Armstead. I don't know. I think it was Armstead. Said that he'll be back next season. He'll be your week 1 starter.
Yeah, I saw that too. I just don't see it because
think?
they said he lacked conviction. How does a head coach come out and say, my quarterback lacks conviction? I'm going to the rookie because he's got more conviction, and you go back to him. In a worse
third string too.
So that you're putting him in as an emergency means you don't want him to get hurt because then you're locked into his contract. What that says is that, hey, we're going to get rid of this guy. We don't want to be locked anymore financially if he gets injured. So I just don't see a trade. I see a cut, and then he'll go someplace else.
For me, I think, and I told Captain D, and he finally agrees because Captain D was kind of. He was really supportive of your head coach, and he started slowly breaking down here at the end here. And he agrees. I think it's time, to be honest with you guys, Dolphin fans, you need to just blow it up. You need to blow everything up. You need to start from the ground up, from the ground floor, and build yourself up again. Like, that's the only way it's going to work. You can't keep putting Band-Aids on this. You got to clear house, get rid of everything, get rid of your cap as best as you can. And if you have to eat some dead cap for it is what it is. Bring a coach in here and knows what he's doing. Hopefully, right? And if he doesn't, you get rid of him.
I want to come here though, Tommy.
Yeah, well, if you blow it up, if you don't, GM too, because you're still actively looking for a GM, right? So quote unquote. So for me, if it's me and you're the Ross, you already got rid of your GM. Go ahead and cut ties with your coach and get rid of everybody in-house. Everybody. Bring in a GM who's going to hire the coach and clean house for, your new head coach. That's what I would do. But once again, it's up to your owner, right? At the end of the day, your owner's going to decide with it.
It has a love affair with Tom Garfunkel, the president, and he wants him to be in power, and Brandon Shaw, who's the money man. So you're going to have to take those two guys, and then you're going to have to say, hey, GM, come in here, and you're not going to have any money. You're going to be broke for 2 years. We don't got a good roster, and we can't even have a top pick to go get a quarterback. Who's coming?
Well, then you got a problem. You got a problem then. I mean, if your owner can't see it and he keeps on working around the issues, the real issues in Miami, then you're going to continue to have the issues. So Juan, who's been quiet because of me talking and blabbing on. Juan, what's your thoughts on what you saw Monday night? Pathetic showing of the Miami Dolphins, season on the line, and they just didn't show up.
Well, I didn't see anything because my fiance took over the TV.
Oh, fiance. Yeah, you know what? You didn't miss too much, but you saw
I think she saved me. That's why I wasn't mad.
Well, I'm sure you heard or saw highlights or understood.
No, I was following on the phone during
You're
the game.
peeking up.
Yeah. And I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on with this shit? I'm like, this is Pittsburgh, bro. You can't do something to Pittsburgh? I said, nah. No, I'm done with this shit. I'm like, I can't wait for Saturday. I know either Curtis and or Captain D's going to be going crazy. And I was very looking forward to this. But I'm in agreement 100% with Curtis with everything he said. I think that McDaniel is, he said, like you said, the binky is going to be the blanket. I think that's exactly what he is. I don't think he's going anywhere. Like from the fact that you let him like bench your starting quarterback like that, you don't let a guy who's about to be fired in 2 weeks do something like that, because that is a huge like decision. So he's making decisions like that, then he ain't going nowhere. He'll just be the fall guy for next year, like Curtis said, when they try to go for the number one pick at this rate, because it's looking like their roster, their cap, their whole situation is just entirely fucked. Like, I don't know how you can even be close to recovering from that in 1 year. That's going to take multiple. So there's your full guy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. You reach through there and pull the knives out of my back. I know it's true, but
I'm the type of guy who will not lie. I will tell you the truth 100%. I've always believed that the truth is better.
The truth hurts, but it is better. It is better. It is better. So yeah, man. Look, the Dolphins. Once again, man, it's just you guys. For Curtis. I'm sure Curtis has been watching the Dolphins since 1935 or whenever the Dolphins came out.
That Oh, and Curtis is still 37 years old.
And he's still 37 years old. Yeah, Curtis is, his good friend, the old school Brian Greasy. They used to hang out a lot, go to the beach together. So
I used to love those glasses.
Him, Zonka.
But dude, it sucks for a team that's been around for so long to be going through such bullshit over the last. What would you say, Curtis? 20-something years that you guys haven't won a playoff game. You haven't really even 25 years without a playoff win is ridiculous. 1, 2, 25. Not only that, how long has it been since you've had a really good quarterback to replace Dan Marino? Even better question. I mean, years, right?
What's the closest broken down Cap Pennington?
Ryan Tannehill maybe was your best, and that's
probably,
not. I mean,
honestly, Tua probably had the best 2 seasons in 22.
Yeah, he did those 2 seasons. Yeah.
No, but I mean your replacement. You're actually like the guy that finally the next franchise guy. You're still right, and it's been a long time since Dan Marino retired.
On the divisions and like
about as long since you have won a playoff.
There's a reason.
About as long. Which is wild. So really, I mean, honestly, it starts there, finding your foundation at quarterback, and then obviously getting the right coach and GM. But yeah, man, you know, once again, it starts with ownership and the GM and coach, and I think it's been a broken link or chain. The chain's been broken for a long time. Yeah, Scott's in the house, man. Scott wants to talk to, and we're gonna get to that. We're gonna
all this craziness, all the last 2.5 months. But
we
now
will get
all
to
of
that.
a sudden, now you're coming out the woodwork.
So we're done with the Dolphins for now. We'll get back to them when we when we talk about the Dolphins Bengals game, because that is an interesting game, I feel like, as well. So man, sorry, Curtis, but it is what it is. You guys are officially eliminated from the playoffs, but it was a long shot anyways. But you guys just really waved the white flag in this game. I think that was the most disappointing if I was a Dolphin fan. All right, next up, and we'll get through this real quick. Jets got destroyed by the Jaguars, 48-20.
All of us said this would happen. All 4 of us.
Holy shit. I mean, we did. I think I was joking around. I'm like, but I did say it's going to be an epic loss.
You might be the closest, and you still had under 40.
And I was still way off. Holy shit. So 48-20. Lawrence, what do you have? 6 touchdowns, 5 in the air, and 1 rushing, I believe. Just destroyed them. The Jets are pathetic. Sorry,
over.
Anthony.
It's over.
Yeah. They signed Hooker, the Lions old quarterback, the guy they drafted. Yeah. So I mean, I guess I don't know what to think about that, but hey, other than that, any thoughts, Curtis? And I know I really don't have much more to say after that. Curtis, any thoughts on the pathetic Jets? I mean, they may be worse than you guys. I mean, they're so bad. They are so bad. Do you see any good outlook for them? Like you talking about your team, but
they nail their picks, they're going to be great.
They have a lot of good draft capital.
They nail their draft picks. They screw the draft picks up, and it does.
But how do you feel like about their like? What do you see in their coaching right now? Like, do you see a future? Is what I'm saying in them. Like, do you see it a turnaround even with all the draft picks and all that stuff?
DC.
They did. You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, they sure did. And they got rid of Lazard. Yep, they're starting to clean a little bit of house.
It's hard to say because they had such a terrible quarterback position. They traded 2 huge players. Mm-hmm. And they're not really. They weren't really a good team. They were kind of crashing. So, it's really about what they were trying to do is get those picks, get high picks, get many picks, which they did. So now it all comes down to what do they do with them?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's the whole players thing. Are they going to choose?
It's a perfect. But just think if we were on their team, we'd be like, "Oh, awesome! We sucked. We're rebuilding. We got tons of picks, and now we're just hoping the picks hit. If the picks don't hit, it's going to be a laugh."
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because Aaron Glenn inherited all those players that he traded away. They may have not been his players. So now, with all the capital, they get to go ahead and pick their players now.
Yep.
And then from then, we'll be able to actually judge him. We'll see.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't like him, but it's unfair right now. So
you can't get a better team. Think about it. If any one of us was playing Madden and you're like, oh, dude, my team sucks, I'm tearing that thing down, you'd be happy. You would have all those picks over the next 2 years, probably high picks for the next 2 years. You're like, this is perfect. And so that's what it's going to come down to. You're not going to be able to assess it because the philosophy's right. It's an absolute perfect teardown. You got Quinn Williams and Sauce Gardner, who you paid good picks for, and you got even better picks for them. So what more could you do?
Yeah, Scott says might as well sign a hooker and get some enjoyment out of the season.
Go on.
That makes sense. Where's the therapy? Anthony. I think Anthony said last week he had some family over for the holiday, so he was going to miss his show. I totally forgot. So yeah, no Anthony today, obviously, and no Captain D today. So they're doing their things. But hey, you got us three. You got us three. You got a hangover one. Yeah, hangover one, and you got upset Curtis. What is your feelings right now? Are you upset? Are you mad? What's your really thoughts?
Listen, you ever see a steak? You get a brand new steak, and you take the meat tenderized, and you just beat it and beat it and beat it and beat it. At a certain point, there's no toughness left in it. It's senseless. That's what I am. I'm totally senseless. I'm like, whatever. It is what it is. At a certain point, I've been doing this for so long. It's just like I'm well past. My moment was the 2009 playoffs against the Ravens. That was my last moment of like real like, oh. And after that, I was like, man, it is what it is. So I haven't believed in this team. Most of the Dolphins coverage guys were telling you that the Dolphins are going all the way. And I said, no. And I was the idiot. So I kind of prepped for all this.
All right. Yeah, you got to. I got tough skin too, man, for being bad for so long. So you eventually just get tough skin from that. So I get it. All right, let's move on because that was just there's not much to talk about that game. They're just bad, and you're right though. In a way, we'll see what they do with their over the next 2-3 years. It's going to say a lot. If they fail on these draft picks, though, they're just right back to square one. So it will be typical. It'll be typical. I won't be shocked at all. So let's get to the game that was the game of the week, which was the Bills and the Patriots. Bills wind up winning 35-31. I'll let Hungover One talk first. Hungover One, whatever.
I did it to you last time. Let the loser talk. So, speaking of Madden, we talk about Madden a little bit, right? So, I used to be that very annoying guy online, right? That actually kind of knew football. So instead of me looking for glitches and horse crap trying to get ahead, I actually read what people would try to do on their offense, and I will lock it the fuck up. Then on offense, I'm Curtis. You love this. I'm a run first person. I am.
Curtis loves it.
Gut.
Yeah,
I'm making that clock 5 yards, 6 yards to carry. All my scores when I used to whip people's ass used to be like 13-6, 13-3. I will slowly just annihilate people. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I am basically giving you a picture of what happened in that second half against my soft as Charmin ass defense. Because all they did was run up the motherfucking gut and got like 7 yards of carry before James Cook even got touched by anybody. Mm-hmm. That was the entire second half of the game. It sucks to be right, but I had a feeling something like this was going to happen. What pisses me off as the Patriot fan is that why the fuck did we have to go up 21 to make everybody's lives very happy in Gillette and then just bend over in the second half like that? It's very, very telling. And to me, in my opinion, and I guess it'll be a spoiler for the whatchamacallit, still hungover. Buddhist man. There you go, Buddhist man. The brain still ain't working.
That's all right.
Spoiler for me, I think because all three phases of the football for my team in the second half were all disgustingly bad, offense, defense, and special teams. I think this is the first time I'll be booing Mike Vrabel and the entire coaching staff because what happened coming out of that locker room that we just bent over the way we did? Like, he got coached by McDermott. By that. You got coached because every side of the ball was bad. Special teams. The first play in halftime, y'all were at what, our 45? Because your dude just ran straight. He just ran straight.
Yeah, Ray Davis. Yeah,
and
he's
right into it. I think he's like, I think he has like the biggest average in kick return.
He does. Yeah.
In the league, which is hilarious.
Which is surprising. He wasn't even supposed. He's not even supposed to be a kick return guy. We just threw him back there. Yeah, it's crazy,
what year it was, but the guy played the same thing. He averaged like the highest because he would just gain 25 yards just running straight, and then he was good.
Right.
But it was bad. But that's the spoiler for the Buddhist, man. It's gonna be Mike Vrabel and the coaching staff. It was very bad coming out of that. Me, like when I was watching, we're up the amount we were up, and I'm like, I'm happy, but I noticed things on offense. Drake is the dude who kind of needs to be in the rhythm, and I didn't think he was really much in the rhythm. We ran down your throats. We did what you did to us in the first half. You did it to us in the second half. So now I'm just like, I don't know. You don't look, because he was kind of missing passes a little bit early. I don't know if you remember. Like there's this Big Mac Hollins catch that he had to stretch like a star all the way up to catch a ball. I think he almost he threw behind Hunter Henry. One of his passes, he still caught the ball in the first half. I'm like, he's not accurate. This is not good. I don't like this, but we were up. So I'm like, okay, we're up 24-7. Okay, maybe it won't be that serious. We keep running the ball. We might be okay. But then once, like, I don't know if McDaniels panicked and stopped handing off the ball and just tried to. I think the disparity was, I think we threw 15 times in the second half and only ran like, 3 or 4 times in the entire second half. And you guys had the ball for, I want to say 23 or 24 minutes in the second half to our like 6 or 7. And it just fucked everything up. I think we panicked, in my honest opinion. I think the whole coaching staff panicked and overthought what was going on. Especially in the third quarter. Like, I understand that if you guys had the ball for 11 of the 15 minutes in the third quarter, you're like, oh shit, they're trying to catch up. But when you have a 17-point lead at the time, I think you still have grounds to hand off, try to milk some clock. Because I feel like if we have one drive, not to score, just to waste 5 minutes off the clock, we more than likely escape that game. But we just panicked, and Drake wasn't it. He played like a little bitch. I'll be 100% honest. The moment looked too big for the team for the first time all year. And it has a lot of like Patriot fans going fucking crazy this whole week. I think they're overreacting, in my honest opinion, but it really has a lot of them under whack, because you saw the difference between a well-seasoned, well-oiled machine in Buffalo and the new toy that is in the New England Patriots. But this is a learning experience, I hope. We'll see what happens. Apparently, Vegas don't like us, and we're underdogs against that bum-ass Baltimore team tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. And spoiler alert, I got us whooping their ass. I am not scared of that bum-ass team at all. And we'll bounce back tomorrow. And then if we have a round 3, we'll have a round 3. But
yeah,
the good thing about this game, if you want to look at a bigger picture, is that there is not much of a difference between the two of us. It's
close. Yeah.
It's close.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens in the future. But it was a good game.
I would say, yeah, like when we previewed the game last week, I believe you had the Bills winning.
Yes, I did.
I had the Bills winning. I think Anthony and Captain D had the Patriots. So, but I think Captain D had us losing pretty big though for some reason. But everyone else had it close. But yeah, like the story of the game really was. Look, man, I'll be honest. I went on halftime. I do a halftime, quick 10-minute halftime report, and dude, I
got you.
Woo, I gave it to my Bills, man. Down 24-7, and I was just pissed. I was like, fire them all! Oh, dude, I was lit. I just don't. It's a common thing this year with my team where we struggle in the first half, and it's just kind of like it shouldn't be the case. And I don't like the whole comeback king crap that people are throwing out there. Like that's a recipe for disaster, right? You cannot get away with that, and we're not. We've played 8 games. We've had 8 games this year where we have trailed at the half. Terrible. We have won 4, so we're 500. That's not comeback kings, right? That's whatever. That's not great. It's nothing to brag about. Games that we have led at halftime, we're 5-0. Big difference. So, I mean, you know what I mean? So it's just like, one, I just don't like this getting out the gate late, like a horse race, right? You don't want to get out the gate late and always at the last, the last go around, right? You can't try to catch up and win the race. It's just not good. So I was pissed. I didn't like the play calling. I didn't like the game plan. I don't like most of the game plans we come out with. However, we do adjust, and that's what we did. We adjusted at the half or whatever, coming out in the third quarter. We had a nice drive. But I did say at the halftime, it's not over yet. A lot of fans were upset, a lot of fans, including myself. But
I said the same thing.
If you got Josh Allen, look, man, 24-7 is not that crazy. Because I was thinking in my head, you go down, you score a touchdown, it's 24-14. Yeah. You get one stop, 24-21, you score. Yeah. You're right, but it's a whole new, and that's exactly what happened. So
that was the biggest
right. So, and then starting field position, I think in that game was great for us as well. With the kick returns, that obviously helps a tremendous amount, especially when you're trying to score quickly, when you're down like that. So that Ray Davis return in the third quarter to start the second half was huge. Josh Allen, of course, man. If you got Josh Allen, you can never count that dude out. A lot of the plays that we make are broken plays. And it's just really Allen playing backyard football. That's what he does, and he does it very well. Dawson Knox, I thought, played really, really good. I want to see our tight ends getting more involved. This is what we are. We are a running team, and and our tight ends. That's it. We use our tight ends very well. And our running backs.
Tommy.
Yeah, but I'm still concerned. Yeah. I still don't like the receiving room. Like, I'm still a little concerned with that.
Yeah,
but
they didn't do jack shit.
Exactly. But they didn't, and they haven't all year. But if this is their identity, I'm okay with it as long as they keep with it. Meaning, okay, keep going to Kincaid, keep going to Knox, keep going to Haas, right? Run that 3 tight end set. Run James Cook, right? Let Allen run the ball more. Let Allen be Allen, right? And that's kind of what you're seeing with the offense this year because the receiving room is so bad. And I'm okay with it as long as you get wins and score, get enough points like that to overcome the bad defense. Look, man, you guys ran the ball great. Your rookie there, Henderson, he's fast, man. And I look, he had a great first half. Second half outside the big run, which is great. I thought we did well in the second half as far as our
great. Your defensive plan coming out of halftime was absolutely sensational. Like, you locked the fuck up something serious, dude.
Yeah, we did
to a nice little cover 2 shell that kept everything in front. And then for whatever reason, I don't know what happened with Drake. He didn't want to try to do any improvisation, like what you mentioned what Josh Allen was doing whenever y'all needed it. They just stayed like in script, but the script wasn't working. So I don't know why he didn't decide to just try to play me like how he did against y'all the first time. Because that's basically how we beat y'all the first time. Is he just improvised?
Yeah, he improvised and he made plays with it. But you know what? He's young, and sometimes, man, experience. Defenses can throw different looks at a younger quarterback, and maybe that. Yeah, maybe that happened during the course of the game too. I also felt like you guys were, watching that game. I don't know about you, but when I was watching the game, you guys were at your highest, right? You guys are, smiles and then as the game got closer and closer, you just felt like the air getting left out the building.
Absolutely.
The crowd noise was great, and it was just kind of like you just hear it going lower and lower and lower, and you just see like the sideline, right, of the Patriots, and you just seem like momentum, the swing, and I truly believe in momentum. Is everything in sports. Absolutely. And once it gets turned, it's tough to get it back, right? And I don't think the Patriots,
when Alabama went ape shit on them in the quarter,
exactly, was all over. It's tough to rebound from. It really is. Even with your long run when you guys retook the lead, I still felt confident that we were going to, because we just were. At that time, like our momentum on offense, it didn't seem like you guys could stop anything we were doing. I didn't like the Vrabel thing at the end when he talked about the refs and stuff. Like, and I respect the hell out of Vrabel, and I still think he's a better coach.
Fan base ain't like that very much.
Yeah, I just listen, man. You got to be humble. Take the L. It is what it is. We don't do that. I don't like it, and I agree. I'm not disagreeing totally with refs. They're terrible, but Look, you guys lost. You know what I mean? And not only that, for me, like as a head coach, you're telling your players, hey, you didn't lose because of you. You lost because the refs. And to me, you hold your players, hey, we lost. We lost that fucking game. Forget the refs. We got to do better. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I would say. So you're kind of letting the players and coaches off the hook. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's not refs. You know what I mean? So for me, you hold your players accountable. But dude, great game.
I'm sure it's just.
Oh yeah.
He just came out when they were asking the question.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah,
but he's not like that.
But great game. Once again, I knew it would be a good game. That's why I was really disappointed to have, because I'm like, man, we're getting worked, and this would be the Dolphins game all over again. But that's rare. We normally don't get worked. And yeah, man, we bounced back, and it was a great game, and we possibly will see you
around 3
in the playoffs game. Yeah,
I don't want that, but the people should. If they want a good football game in the playoffs, go ahead.
Absolutely. So, Curtis, what's your thoughts on the game, man?
Well, I mean, both games, I think both games are split as 6 points, 3 points each game. So, when I saw it, I even said to you, Tommy, what's going on here, man? You letting these stupid Patriots take the division? Nothing against you, Juan. I'm sick of you guys.
I hear you. You're good.
But they came. It was really a tale of two halves, and then the second half, you guys are amazing in that second half, third and fourth quarter. But you have Allen, and you had Cook, and you're a savvy team, a veteran team. And there was a few plays. I think there was bad decisions. There was a questionable call about the interception, but the special teams played a big part, really flipping it over. And yeah, you didn't run the football. It was the time of possession flipped dramatically. And like I said, I think it was 28 carries to 37. And it's not even so much because it's only like 9 carries difference. But the carries that the Bills had were all stacked over 3 quarters. And so the Bills were kind of off the field quick. Patriots stacked on a bunch of points in the first quarter. And then the Bills started getting ground and started stacking those runs. And the defense was on the field. And then you end the half and you come back and then they do it again. And then the Patriots and so a lot of those runs just were really over a very short period of time with little rest. And so eventually they just broke open. But what do you expect? This is the first year of this team for the Patriots fans. You took them in their house, and yeah, you did squander the lead. But still, I would be very happy. And I would say that this is a twofold process. It's the 1-year process for the Patriots. And I know, look, you're used to the glory years, and all of a sudden we're back already, but that's not.
I like
that's
that you
not
said that
practical
because
thinking.
I think that the fan base has forgotten the fact that this is year 1.
Yeah,
like we're ahead.
They're already back with Belichick and Brady.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like you're not supposed to have this many wins already. We're year 1. This is a new regime. This is new everything. So because we went on this big win streak, you forgot the bigger picture of what's happening here. So because you got your panties in the bunch about everything else, now you're pissed off and thinking we suck all of a sudden. Like, no, we lost to a damn good team. We lost to the best player in the entire motherfucking league. And it took every minute of that game for them to beat us. And we had a chance at the end. Like, what are you upset about?
And two, the thing is that when the Bills were winning, they didn't have anybody in the division to test them, and they do. They have a unique player. Look, I don't want to extol the Bills, especially Allen, because Tommy's just going to get his head swelling bigger than it already is. But no one's seen anybody do what Allen's done as far as being that physical presence and being able to throw the way he has. He's a unique player. Cook is a unique player. He's not like Allen unique, but he is really darn good. And this is a veteran team that's had the division for 5 years. They've been blooded in the playoffs against a young team. So, but Brady never experienced that. Belichick never experienced it. The best they had to face was 1 year without Brady against my Dolphins, and then a few years where maybe the Jets were kind of feisty. So this is a whole new thing. You're not gonna have that free and clear run of crappy teams in the division. You're gonna have the Bills to be a good team with great players for another 3-4 years. It's gonna be a different build cycle and slope to that build cycle. And I think Patriots fans have to be realistic, but they're so used to the success, they think it's going to match the success and replay like they did with Belichick year one. But it's different. It's apples to oranges in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Ariel, I know off topic, but I know Tommy said that his love for Jake Paul nearly lost. So look, I definitely don't love Jake Paul. I watched the fight, and at first here's the deal. If y'all haven't watched it,
outmatched, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, he took it, and I'll say this: I was going in thinking more than likely scripted or rigged, maybe, because a lot of his fights have been a little weird. However, it wasn't, and I'll say this though: I think in that fight, Joshua was holding back for sure. He hasn't boxed in like a year and a half or something crazy like that. So he had a little bit of rust and he was holding back. He had opportunities to knock him out earlier. But man, he broke his jaw. He knocked him the fuck out. Broke his jaw in two places actually. And look, man, I'll say this about Jake Paul. He's lost now to two real fighters, like guys that are actually professional fighters, and Tommy Fury and now Anthony Joshua. Look, his shtick is exactly what he's doing. He's a good promoter. I'll give him that 1,000%. He's making money. He's getting women boxing on the map again, so kudos to him for that. And look, if his shtick is to fight MMA guys in these weird Netflix fights against well, it is what it is. People are going to watch. People are going to pay for I don't hate that. I don't hate that, right? The only thing I'll say about this is I think this is a lesson learned for him about if he's truly trying to be a boxer and actually go up in the rankings, he knows now that he needs way more work to actually compete against real, legit guys that are climbing up in the rankings that are actually going to be fighting for championship belts. So, this is a lesson learned. I don't think that'll ever be the case with him, because if it is, you need to do it the proper way, which is you climb through the rankings, you fight guys that's amateur boxers or boxers that have been have a legit boxing record. And the reason why he won't is because he knows he'll get outclassed. These guys have been doing it for a very long time. They got many amateur fights, so I think he's going to stick to the script, which is fighting MMA guys, fighting, older fighters, whatever. And I'm okay with it, bro. Yeah, and I'm okay. Yeah, people will be still entertained, the younger peoples that aren't boxing enthusiasts. So I'm okay with it. I really don't hate the guy because of that. I don't think he's hurting boxing by doing what he's doing. But what you saw last night is kind of proof that he has he was never a real fighter to begin with. Yeah, that was obvious to me. But he's an amateur. I'll give him that. I don't think he's terrible, but he can't compete with actual boxers. Guys that have been in the sport long time. Guys that have like amateur, like I said, long amateur records, golden gloves, whatever. That's just not, and he knows this, right? And that's why he won't go down that road, which is fine. But yeah, once again, he was outmatched. He was outsized, everything last night, and it caught up to him, and he got rocked. So, hey, I'll give him credit. He did get up, though. He tried to beat the count, but he didn't. But anyways, that's my thoughts on the Jake Paul thing. I know it's boxing, not football, but you asked, and I told you. So that's my thoughts about the fight, and I love boxing, so I'm always willing to talk a little bit of boxing. So. But anyways, back to this. And by the way, too, real quick on James Cook, Curtis, you could bring him up. I noticed this year, because I watch my team every year. I noticed James Cook, the thing he's doing differently this year, and as far as running, he's so patient now compared to when he first got in the league. He's doing I really dial in. So he's doing this thing now that what's his name used to do with the Steelers, Le'Veon Bell, where he would like stutter step, wait for the blocks. He's more patient. So stutter steps, wait, and then hits the hole. Before he would just kind of hit the hole, wouldn't be patient, and that's why he get caught up in the between the tackles. So give him credit, man. He obviously watched film. He obviously got with somebody to tell him to be a little bit more patient. Let your offensive lineman get the blocks first, and then hit the hole when you see it. And dude, when he hits a hole, he's tough. He is tough, man. His contact balance has gotten way better. His speed's always been there, and his vision is really, really good. So he just needed patience, and I feel like that's what's kind of gotten him where he's at right now. The patience.
He's so much better than peak Dalvin Cook, and Dalvin Cook was really good in Minnesota.
He was
like about
he was. Dude, he had his run.
It's not even close.
It's not.
James Cook is such a beast, bro. It's insane.
And two, you know what's good about Cook too is he didn't have a lot of runs in Georgia, so he has a lot of tread on the tires. So it's not like he came out of college where he was overworked. Had a lot of carries, and even in Buffalo for the first couple years, he had under 200 carries. So he wasn't the focal point. Now, of course. You pay him. You're gonna get. You're gonna start, yeah. Time to go over 200 carries, right? So, but he's second in the league. I think he's like 40 yards behind Jonathan Taylor right now. So he's catching up, man, as to be the top back in the league. So it's going to be interesting to see if he gets that notch. But anyway, so let's get to the style and profiling and the Boothus man. So Curtis, do you have any style and profiling? Do you have any Boothus man? I'm sure you have Buddhist, man. So,
there's no styling. There's no styling.
No styling.
Dude, boo, Mike McDaniel. What kind of moron goes to a sub-40 game against a team that's ranked 31st in run defense? You're ranked top 3 in rushing, and you don't run the football. And then you ask your quarterback to toss it. You open up with just pure passing. Then fourth quarter comes, and you're like, it's bad when the announcer is actually saying this is the worst fourth quarter play I've seen in my life.
He was pissed, the announcer.
So,
it was Troy Aikman? Angry. Yeah, they're like, this is pathetic. Like, he couldn't believe
what he was seeing.
He got a
little edge to him ever since he left Fox.
Oh, dude, he was not happy. But, yeah, Buddhist man, Mike McDaniel, and I agree 100%. Tua was not great, but I think that falls more on coaching than anything. So, let's hit that boo. Let's go ahead and boo him. Yeah, boo this man. Hey, here we go. One more for Curtis.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
They don't.
Hungover Juan, style and profiling, and boo this man. Who you got, man?
Oh, style and profiling. That's easy. That's Travion Henderson. Like, without him, we're getting our ass beat. Like, it's just that simple.
He's a beast.
He made it look closer than it probably should have been, to be 100% honest with you. But he's really coming on. I still think he's a tad overrated because they really trying to put like Jahmyr Gibbs stuff on him. Like, whoa. Like, no. He's still not that good of a runner to me yet. He's the home run hitter. He's the home run bat. That's what he is. So I'm happy to have him because of him, we're never really out of a game. Because he'll just hit one whole box gun.
Yeah.
And then there you go.
Yeah.
7 points.
Yeah.
Just right there, and we're still in the game. So thank God for him. And I love that he's getting better and better every week. He needs to still work on his game when it comes to prototypical running, because it's either he's hitting a 70-yard touchdown or he's getting a 2-yard or less game. It was one or the other. Mm-hmm. So that's what I got to try to tell people so they roll, but I love him though. I'm very happy he's my player. And he might win Rookie of the Year because of this second half stint he's having. The Buddhist man, I told you my favorite on the coaching staff. They didn't want to change anything that was going on, and they saw that their plan was getting butt fucked by Bills, and they just decided not to do anything about it. They were completely unraveled, and that showed in the execution of the players. Like, it's not to excuse them because they shouldn't be getting pushed around, especially the defensive line. Oh my God, the way your fucking offensive line killed mine. But they weren't prepared, it looked like, to play in the second half. They didn't know what they were doing. That's what it looked like. It reminded me of last year, the way we're getting dominated, the way we were. It was really sad. But one honorable mention for style and profiling actually is my offensive line. They played good all game.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very happy to see that. And I'm very happy to be proven that coaching matters, because people were trying to hear that last year. And Vidarian Lowe was like the worst lineman last year. under horrific coaching, but now with good coaching and a 3-game stint, he's looked almost as good as Will Campbell. This is actually crazy to say. Almost. Not that good, but almost. He's been pretty good. My offensive line.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we wasted the best game of their season on a fucking 21-point choke. But at least we know it's capable. They're capable. They're good. They're fine.
Yep. For me, style and profiling, I'll give it to Knox. 2 touchdowns. It's good to see him like starting to come back because a lot of fans were pissed off. He obviously because he got the contract and he wasn't playing like up to his contract. But when we go to him, he's actually a pretty good tight end. But when we got Kincaid, we kind of moved away from using him as an offensive weapon, more of a blocker. But this year, you're starting to see Dawson Knox get more involved because he needs to, and he's stepping up. So I got to give credit where credit is due with Dawson Knox. So I'll give him style and profiling. I could have gave it to Allen. I could have gave it to Cook. Those both guys played really well, but Knox with the 2 touchdowns, I'll have to give it to him on that. Yeah, exactly. So boo this man. I'll say run defense in a whole. I'll just say the defensive line getting caught up. They should have never allowed that run, that 75-yard run. They got caught up on one side and let them bounce back, and it was just can't allow that. And that's not the first time it's happened to us. It's not the last time it's probably going to happen. Run defense is one of the worst in the NFL. Outside of the Bengals, but they're right there with him. So, boo the run defense. So I'll just boo the whole defensive line there for allowing that 175 yards, whatever it was, 148. Sorry, 148 and 2 touchdowns, 65-yard run, 50 for Stevenson, 43 for May. May also had 2 touchdowns. Yeah, May had his biggest game on the ground, right, against us, of course. We just cannot stop the run, and that's on McDermott for drafting certain players. He wants speed. He doesn't want to fill up the gap, so you kind of get what you ask for. So anyway, so that's that. So let's get into this weekend's game, week 16. We'll start with real quick and we'll get through this quick. Jets and Saints. We get to do score prediction. So Curtis, Jets and Saints, a bad game, but what do you got?
Looking better and better, man. I think Saints win.
Yes.
Yeah, I do too. In New Orleans, what's your score prediction? Just throw one out.
24-13.
Yeah, the Jets are so goddamn bad. Hungover one. What do you got, man?
24-10.
Yeah, they just can't score.
Yeah.
Who's their quarterback again? Cook is their quarterback again this week, who was terrible last week, more than likely. Yeah, and their defense is just as bad as their offense, and maybe even worse. So, God, I'll go. Yeah, Saints are playing a little bit better. Their quarterback's actually been playing better over the past month, I would say. The rookie. I'll go 27-13. I think they get blown out again. I mean, I just don't see the Jets competing. I think at this point, it's a 1,000% tank job. You might as well. I mean, what's the point here? So the Jets will get smoked here in New Orleans. And that's sad because New Orleans is not a good team either. So,
no.
But that just tells you how bad the Jets are. All right, let's get to my game because this should be a win for the Bills. So, look, man, the Browns are a bad team. Offensively, they're terrible. Sanders had the one good game 2 weeks ago, and then he came back down to earth. Had a terrible game last week. They got smoked. Sanders had like 3 interceptions. I'm just not a big fan of Sanders. I feel like once he gets pressure on him, he has this thing that he did in college where he goes backwards. I have no idea why. He holds the ball way too long, and then he runs backwards, and he gets caught up every single time, or throws an interception. He just gets. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he's thinking, but he had that problem in college, and he still has it now. So I just don't trust Sanders at all. Our defense will throw some different looks at him, confuse him, pressure him. He'll make mistakes. more than likely we'll get a couple turnovers in this game as well. Even though I don't love my defense, but this is a good matchup, I would say, versus the Browns team. Bad offensive Browns team. Defensively for Cleveland, though, they're going for obviously a sack record. Myles Garrett needs a sack and a half. So this is a big test for the offensive line because you don't want that. You don't want to be the team that allowed Myles Garrett to get the NFL sack record, right? You don't want to be the offensive line that allows this, right? So this is a big test for our offensive line, and I'm sure they know this, right? They know how great Myles Garrett is, but they also know what's on the line, right? Because he gets a sack record, that's on you. That's going to go down in history as on you, on the Buffalo Bills, this date, your offensive line, on Josh Allen. So, yeah, if you need any motivation offensive line, here it is. You don't want to be that team. So we'll see what happens there with Myles Garrett. But offensively, look, man, it's going to be in Cleveland. It's going to be cold. I don't know if it's going to be snowing or not. I haven't checked. But this is going to be another running game. That's what we are. It's our identity. Run James Cook. Get our tight ends involved. We should not have a problem here. I think we win 33-16, something like that. I just don't see this game being close. But who knows with my team? We'll find out. And just a heads up, anyone that's watching that didn't watch Friday Night Lights, it's the first time I'm ever going to do a in-season, regular season watch party. And I chose this game. Yeah? So I will be live, guys. So if you guys want to watch it. Yeah, I did a poll and it was like 50 votes and 93% said yes, they want to see Tommy do a live watch party for the game. So I said, all right, I'll do it. So anyways, guys, I'll be live for that game. So Curtis, what's your thoughts on the Bills and Browns?
Well, you're going to win. I mean, Shador versus Allen, so that's just, it's a matter of what the point differential is going to be. I do think that defense could give you a little bit of problems. And I'm not saying long-term, but in the early goings before they kind of get gas because their offense is no good. So I'm thinking it's probably something like what you're thinking. I think it'll maybe a slow first quarter and then pick up in a second and really blow open in the third. Shador's going to have a hard time. They'll be able to run the football a little bit on you. I think they're going to run the football and you are going to run the football, so the clock will probably move fast. So I'll say 27-13. That's
a great point too. It's probably going to they're a good run team. They're not a great run team, but they're good. Yeah, that's their bread and butter for their offense right now. But you're right. The clock might go a little quick because we're both running the ball. So, Juan, what's your thoughts? What's your score prediction?
Yeah, it's the same score as Curdy took it. 77-13 okay. Was going to be my score for you guys to win. I do hope you do allow just one sack at least. I wanted to break this record so bad. I don't know. I fucking love Myles Garrett.
Sack and a half?
Yeah, not the whole. You don't have to do the whole thing. But just one, just because they don't have 2 more weeks to finish the job.
True.
I think Shanahan. I thought not
he's going to get it.
Strahan kind of did it cheesy with Favre. Took it from.
That's what I was saying. You don't want to be. I was just about to say that. You don't want to be Favre. Like you know.
Right.
Well, you just lay
Allen's way, but you know what? Allen ain't Favre though. He ain't going to just give it to him.
Hell no.
You know what I mean? Like Allen ain't.
I don't think Strahan deserves it because it was cheesy.
Yeah.
He didn't want Gas to know to have it.
Yeah, Favre totally gave him that 100%.
Like that made guys like completely like break down, and he just had fucking dementia or whatever, and his brain rotted after that. Like that broke him. That's crazy.
Yeah. So you heard it there. Won 77-13. Bills win 77-13.
I mean, if you want to do that, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it.
Oh my god. Yeah, they're terrible, but nah, there ain't 77. All right, let's get to the next game. We'll go ahead and get to the Bengals and the Dolphins. It is an interesting game, I'm not gonna lie. Curtis, what's your thoughts on this Bengals Dolphins in Miami?
Look, they're not terrible in the past. They got some guys, but they have a terrible front. They can't stop the run. Is McDaniel going to go full retard again and not run the football? I don't think so. I think he wants to win this one. I thought he kind of jaked it on the last one. They're going to pound the football. Achane's going to crank up some yards. I think Burrow will put up some yards. I do think there's a chance that they lose, but they shouldn't. I had said in the last podcast 27-24 Dolphins, but I could see 28-17 21 Dolphins losing, but I'll just go because why not? Dolphins win 27-20 because you just run the football. All you do is run the football. I mean, Micah Fitzpatrick is out, and so they're going to have a hard time stopping that. But Burrow is just, I don't know. He's been taking a lot of hits. A lot of it comes from a 4-man rush. We can't generate a lot of 4-man. You know what? I'm flipping it. 27-21 Bengals.
Wow. Okay. For me, man, this is an interesting game because you got on one side you got a Bengals team where Burrow is just mentally just not right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked about this on my Friday show. Yeah, I talked about this Friday show and look, man, say what you want about whatever, any player, whatever, but I feel like, I don't know what, maybe I shouldn't, but I feel bad for certain guys. Like I yeah, he's a little cocky guy, whatever, but he's a human being, right? Like, and I could just tell, like, he's not right. Something's wrong there, right? And he's being brutally honest. He doesn't need to be. He's kind of spilling out his heart in a way out there to people, letting them know his true feelings. And, he's just, I don't know. I feel for him. So I understand what he's going through in a way. So I don't know if mentally he's just right now. So that could play a factor because he had a terrible game that week after that press conference. He did terrible. So it's just odd that he did the press conference, had a game, had his worst game of the season, and then he was brutally honest about that game. Said, "Man, I was just so awful." Like is he in this mental state right now where he's just not there? And if that's the case, the Dolphins will win 100%. If Burrow's right, has his head right, this is going to be an interesting game, right? Because Cincinnati's defense is god awful. They're 32nd. They're 32nd against the run. They're 31st against the pass. They're just bad. But if their offense is right, they can put points on the board. So this is really interesting. So it's hard to give you a score prediction, but obviously I will. In Miami, I'll go. I'm going to go Bengals on this one, but it could go either way. I'll go 30-27 Bengals, but I could see the Dolphins winning too. It just really, honestly, it boils down to what Burrow mentally is at, in this game. Go ahead, Juan. What's your thoughts?
So you touched on the state of Burrow, and to me, it all depends on what version of that offense we're going to get. And it's based on what their agenda is, because I think there's agendas here. And I think he, as in Burrow, is doing something that Aaron Rodgers has done in Green Bay before, in which in the 2018 season, he pretended to suck because he was very bad that season. I think that might have been the first season of his career. He pretended to suck to get Mike McCarthy fired. And then LaFleur became his coach after that. And then they made the NFC Championship game the following year, right after that, and was two-time MVP after that. So I wonder if this is Burrow's way of telling you, get this dodo brain the fuck out of my team.
Yeah. And
then we can go into business next year with my two receivers. Because I don't think he's trying to, because everybody's trying to make mock trades and stuff, trying to be like, he's going to go to Minnesota. He's going to go to this. No. First of all, he got his two toys paid. He is not trying to leave when he volleyed for them to stay in this team and get paid.
Right.
He's going away without those two. So
right.
No. He's trying to get rid of the coach. And I think
exactly.
Is what's
he
happening.
Sucks. He should go.
Yeah.
It's crazy that every season they start off like that. So, and I'm with you. Like that press conference to me is like read between the lines here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Come on, ownership. Like, you know what I mean? He's telling you without really telling you. Like, dude, like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to make your star quarterback, the one you just paid all that money. You need to make, look, man, that's unacceptable. So I get what you're saying. I'm with you. I don't know if he's sucking on purpose, though. That wouldn't make sense. Really? I don't think so. What
happened to look that bad against that bum-ass Baltimore team, to get held to 0? Nah, son. The Burrow and the Bengals? Nah. That was purpose.
I get it.
There's nothing to me that is convincing me otherwise.
I think that's more just not having the drive, though. You get what I'm saying?
On purpose.
No, maybe, but I don't know about playing bad on purpose. I just think mentally maybe going, you're checked out, and then when you're checked out, right? I know I play sports, and I'm sure Curtis, when you're not in it, like some reason, like just something's wrong, you just don't want to suck. You don't want to go out there and miss shots or whatever. Let's say you're basketball, but mentally, if you're just not right, you just don't play right? So like, or if you're frustrated, right? You do stupid things, right? You like turn the ball over, like, so that's where on purpose. Yeah. That I could
filter a lot of that stuff out, but
you could
not to do it.
Yeah,
they're letting it fuck with them, and because of that, look how they look.
But the Dolphins,
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Backup quarterback too. It's a weird game.
Yeah, that was my next point. My next point is you're playing.
I didn't even bring that up.
Rookie shit. I watched him in Texas.
No, I am not a
player. So I don't know.
He's slow as molasses too.
These dudes. I know the Cincinnati defense is fucking horrific. Is abysmal.
They're terrible.
That's still an NFL roster versus that kid. I don't know. It's very tough. I'm picking the Bengals, but I'm not doing it with no confidence. I'm not doing it with no X's, no nothing. I'm just picking them just because I don't like. And I'm gonna pick 21-14, a lower score.
Okay, I don't mind that. For me, if you're the Dolphins, you want to win this game, Curtis. You run A-chain.
Yeah,
A-chain, and then you get him in the passing game.
If he gets like 30 carries, they're winning the game to me.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So
you control the clock. You get and time possession and obviously your defense. I feel like your defense has actually played better. So and also too a shout out to Waller, man. If that dude could stay healthy, he's gonna get paid somewhere. I don't think he returns to Miami, but dude, if he could stay healthy, that's a good 3-year option. Like let's say some team wants to give him an opportunity. Maybe a 3-year contract with a third year, where they can get out of it just in case, because you never know with him with the injuries. But man, when healthy, man, dude, that dude is legit. I'm not gonna lie. Like watching that guy, he can create space. He can catch anything. He's big, dude. Like that dude. Yeah, he still has something left in the tank. It's just about can he stay healthy. That's kind of been his thing. Yeah. So. Right. So, that I just don't see him returning to Miami, especially with all the dysfunction going on in Miami. That's another thing. Miami's going to have a tough time getting free agents until you guys get a coach or something in there. Like something has to change too.
He's probably going to try to ring chase, most likely.
Exactly, which you can't blame him. But yeah, so everyone picked the Bengals, but we're all on board that it could go the opposite way. So that is a tough game. So let's get to the final game, then we'll get out of here, folks. And this is going to be an interesting game too, though I'll talk in a minute. But Patriots and Ravens, what's your thoughts? Hungover Juan.
Hungover Juan. This is my favorite of your nicknames. I don't know the last few months. Look, we've done well bouncing back when things looked rough. For example, week 2, when we lost to the Raiders the week before, we came to Miami and had a pretty decent game. We lose to Pittsburgh with the 5 turnovers. The next thing, we drop 40 on Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like we find ways. We have a bad game against Atlanta. We go Tampa Bay, and to me, it was damn near a dominant performance against Tampa Bay. That following week after, like we've been pretty well coming back from stuff. I think the latest one was, I think we probably should have lost Cincinnati, and then we came and beat the shit out of the Giants a week after that. Or was it the Jets? I forget which one it was. So like we've been bouncing back pretty well. So I expect a bounce back performance from my offense specifically. I'm pretty sure this might be the game where Drake May puts up about 300 yards passing. This might be the one. I'm not sure, but I think he's going to play amazing. I think he's going to be the Drake May that is a top 3 MVP candidate, even though to me he got dropped. Josh Allen took his place, in my opinion. But after last week, he will show up the way he normally does, and that would be very encouraging. That Baltimore team, I don't like that division. I hate everyone in that division so much. They make me want to vomit when I watch any of their football games. I'm talking about Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincy, and Cleveland. All 4 of them are wastes of football skin to me. I hate all of them. So I have zero respect for Baltimore this year. Lamar Jackson, to me, is clearly fucking hurt. That dude is not even close to 50%. Let alone 100%. Right. Since he can't run, that means he has to play prototypical quarterback with a bum leg. That doesn't sound good at all. Our problem is the big bastard that he has behind him in Derrick Henry. Lucky for us, that guy got coached by my head coach, so that means he has to know something about
That's true.
giant.
I didn't even think about that. That's great. Yeah, that's a great point. I didn't even think about that.
I don't think Henry will go crazy in this game. It does suck that we don't have Spillane. Spillane, he basically missed last game. He got hurt the game before, and he was on a walking boot the other day. So I don't know if we're going to see him before January. So our only middle linebacker isn't playing. So that is very rough. These injuries keep piling on at the worst time of the year. But I think that there's enough of us where I think we can leave our cornerbacks in an island, because they also owe me from last, because they didn't play well last week either. They just got bailed out. But we can leave our corners on islands against these receivers. These receivers aren't shit. They're not. There's nothing to be scared about. Washed Hopkins, Zay Flower, who drops like 3 balls a game at minimum. You know, they don't have much in their receiving core is probably around as bad as yours. To be honest and honest, they do have Mark Andrews though, who's been playing more decent as of late, and I don't know why they don't like to use Isaiah Likely more, but they do like sprinkle him in sometimes. I think he's pretty good. So those are the problems that we have to deal with. Is Derrick Henry and his downfield running, and then there's the tight ends. After that, if we can stop that, which I think they're like a broken version of you guys in a sense. Like their strengths are similar to your strengths, but they're nowhere near as good at it as you are. So like if we're able to have a good half like last week, they're not coming back like you do. And I think that's what's going to happen. My final score is 31-21 New England on Sunday night. And I'm going to be breezing and pissed that I have to stay up and watch this shit, because I'm too old to be staying up 12 o'clock at night watching football. I'm done with that.
So what's your prediction again? What's your score?
31-21 New England.
31-21 New England? Okay. Yep. Curtis, what you got in this game?
It's so hard to figure this out.
Oh, almost.
What?
Sorry.
What?
I was watching. Looking at my Hurricanes. They almost a touchdown. He just got him down. Anyway.
So far. Looking at
so yeah, the Ravens are a weird team. They're not good though, and Lamar is just, even when he's healthy, when he can run, he just tends to choke a lot. They are home. They could be dangerous. They could slam the football in there. And you said Spillane's out this week.
Yep.
I think it's going to be close. I'll say it's 27-24, but I'll give it to New England.
27-24. Okay. Man, it's going to be. I don't like the fact that you guys are underdogs. That's a little ridiculous. I think you guys are a way better team. But Baltimore's weird. Baltimore, sometimes they show up. Derrick Henry can go off. That's always the X factor. It's always the one guy that you never know with him. He could have an unbelievable game where, he just cannot be stopped. Lamar, that's a guy that's just not playing well this season. He's probably playing with injuries, like Juan said. So, yeah, with all that being said, New England's coming off a loss, but they are playing in Baltimore. They want to rebound from this. I think it's going to be close because you're in Baltimore. Baltimore also is in a fight right now, right? And they have to, they're going to give it everything they got to make the playoffs. So you're going to get a kind of a desperate Baltimore team here that needs a win. So that's also a little bit dangerous too. I'll go. God, this is tough. I want to say Baltimore, but I just don't trust them. God. All right, I'll just go with Baltimore, even though I don't like my pick. I'll go Baltimore 30-27. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it, but I just something about me, I don't know why, it's saying desperation. They're just going to throw everything they have out there to get the dub. New England is playing in Baltimore. Primetime game. You guys are good, but I just don't know. I don't know. I think it could go either way, honestly. So I'll just pick Baltimore, but it's a tough one. You guys could smoke them too, to be honest with you. So
that's what I think is going to happen. They lost their last 2 home games with Lamar there. I think got 5 losses at home. We have not lost on the road yet.
They've been smoked at home too, so it's not like crazy thing to happen. But I just, like I said, they're in a tight race in their division. A loss would really, really hurt them. A loss to New England's not going to hurt you guys, right? So, like, I'm not saying you guys aren't going to give it your all. I'm just saying that I feel like, Baltimore has a lot more to lose. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I have it.
I'm
close.
in the minority. Like most of everybody's around where you're at. Like their deck is going to be close. All this and the third. I just don't have respect for that team this year. Like I don't.
I get you, and they don't deserve it. They don't. It's not like they deserve it. Like they don't. Like they haven't shown that they deserve that respect. But they still got playmakers. They still got guys that can go off, right? So, and they still got a decent. Look, Harbaugh's still a pretty good coach. So it's going to be a good coaching matchup, right? I listen. You got to give Harbaugh credit. He's still a Super Bowl winner. Got to throw him out there. I know he's. It was a long time ago, but I still listen. The Harbaughs, they're both really good coaches. I'm not going to take.
I don't know.
I won't take. I'll still give Tomlin his due. It may be time to go, but that doesn't mean they're bad coaches. I think they've earned that respect.
I don't want to say bad. I just
because I'll be honest,
they were at the top. You know what I'm saying? Now, people kind of want to keep them there. When I don't think they're there anymore. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, maybe they're not there on that team though, because you've had coaches like Andy Reid leave Philly and be successful in Kansas. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, there's sometimes, maybe they're not. Maybe it is time to go, but move on somewhere else and maybe shine there. But I wouldn't take their credibility away from what they've accomplished. You know what I mean? So like Mike McCarthy, I would take Mike McCarthy over my coach because at least he's proven he's got a Super Bowl ring. You know what I mean? So. But that's just my thoughts on certain coaches, right? Very rare do I not really give like coaches their dues. Like the only coach that comes to mind is like a college coach, which is my Miami Hurricanes, Larry Coker. He got himself like the best squad ever. And players even said he didn't even need a coach. We just went out there and just did what we had to do. So like that tells you everything. When you have that much first round draft picks, right? You don't need to do much. Larry Coker just kind of invested in the team and won that 2002. So anyways, let's get the real man of genius and we'll get out of here, man. This was a fun show, man. A little quicker than normal because obviously we didn't have a couple people showing up tonight. They'll probably be back next week. So Curtis, appreciate you, bro. And where can they find you real quick, Curtis? I know they know, but
YouTube Ace per head, and then on Saturdays with my man Tommy and Juan.
Yeah.
And also on Saturday mornings with George over at Finn's Faithful, but mostly on YouTube aceperhead.com.
There you go. And Juan, where can they find you in New York, man? Just that's Sbarro, getting a good old classic New York slice of pizza.
I haven't seen a Sbarro in a long time, dude. You're gonna find right here on Saturdays, baby. 12 p.m. EST, right here.
There you go. There you go. All right, let's get to the real man of genius. We'll get out of here.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. 80 SPF sunblock wearer.
Mr. 80 SPF sunblock wearer.
There are 24 hours in a day. You're wearing 80-hour protection. If the sun fails to go down, you'll be ready.
Don't forget the moonlight.
Your coconut-scented force field blocks out all the sun's rays and any stray rays from another sun in another galaxy.
Your star.
30 SPF, please. You might as well be wearing cooking oil.
Something smells delicious.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, Mr. 80 SPF sunblock wearer. In fact, feel free to crack one open at high noon in the middle of the Sahara Desert.
Mr. 80 SPF sunblock wearer.
That's right. Who the hell's rocking that, man? But it is out there. When you wear it. Oh, my God. All right, last one, and we'll get out of here, folks. All right, last one. Let's see here. Where are I going to pull up one? All right, we'll go with this one. I don't know what it is, but we'll go with it.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Cell Phone Holster Wearer.
Mr. Cell Phone Holster Wearer.
A 6-shooter? No. A 2-handed broadsword? No. Your hip is permanently strapped with 3 inches of cold cellular steel, and you're not afraid to use it.
As long as I'm not roaming.
Through optimal cellular positioning, you answer calls in under a second. Anything over that, and you might as well be using smoke signals.
Barbecue.
Ignoring the fact that cell phones are now small enough to fit in your pocket, you tell the world, I have a cell phone, and it's not in my pocket.
I'm just happy to see you.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, oh hero of the holster, because on our speed dial, you'll always be number 1.
Mr. Cell Phone Host can
Bud Light beer at
I still see people wearing cell phones like that. Curtis, are you one of those?
No,
Curtis, do you wear?
No, my family forces me to have a cell phone. I can't stand those things.
But you don't wear it on your hip, like on a clip? No.
Maybe
Remember
a
the Bluetooth?
That's about it.
Remember the Bluetooth one where they used to have the come down?
The whole headset.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, it was a blast today, man. I had a great time. And guys, everybody in the chat, appreciate you guys rocking with us. We will be back next weekend, Saturday at 12. And until then, go Bills. We're out of here. Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Peace out.
That they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
You